So United get the much needed win. While it might not matter too much to the final league standings because of that goal difference that we've got, it's good now to be picking up some momentum going into that FA Cup final because we're going to need all the help that we can get in that one. And it's good to see players coming back from injury as well. Wasn't just Fernandes starting this game. Obviously having Rashford and Martinez coming off the bench as well. Really good to see some players starting to come back in now. I will talk about that incident that happened before the game even started. So-called fans abusing Rashford, but obviously in the pre-game warm-ups. And for me, what is the point? Like, why don't we just support our players? No matter what your view of Rashford have been. I don't care whether you dislike him or not. You're paying to go and watch United and you're slandering the players on the side. Like, grow up, come on. Like, our players now, future players coming in, the United are going to try and buy. Are they going to look at videos like that and think, oh, that's a place that I really want to go and play? Like, come on, lads, you're not doing yourself any favours. But anyway, that's all I'll say on that. The rest of it, Ten Hag has done much better in the last couple of games. Finally now, he's gone away from a few of the systems that he was using. Obviously, throughout the course of the season, made us a bit more compact. Bringing in Amrabat has helped us massively. Got the much needed win. We look much better up against Newcastle. Can we carry that momentum on now? As always, guys, going to go into my 5 talking points. Drop a like if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new around here. And the first one has to be Bruno Fernandes. Him coming back in, who would have thought all of a sudden we learn how to attack again? The last couple of games without him, absolutely abysmal. People said that we'd be better off without Bruno Fernandes. We'd be able to retain the ball. Yeah, how did that go for us over the last couple of games? So glad to have him back. Automatically, things just change. Things happen when he's there. He gets on the ball as much as he can. He makes a nuisance of himself in every area. I don't get how you can't like this guy. Automatically started, created a few chances, made things happen. That's what Bruno Fernandes does. He just really elevates this team. I don't want to sell him at all. Who are you going to replace him with? Because anyone who says they don't want Bruno Fernandes in this team, when you ask them for a viable replacement, they can't really come up with one. And then secondly, probably the second best performer in this game, and that was Ahmad. How we haven't seen more of this guy this season is absolutely baffling. When you consider the fact that Anthony is his main right wing of the opposition there right now, it's just not a no contest. Right now, Ahmad is playing much, much better, and he needs to be starting these games. Whether obviously with Rashford coming back, we'll start trying to put Garnacho out on the right-hand side, is giving Ten Hag a major headache now. Because Ahmad, how would you take him out right now? He had a very good game up against Arsenal, and this Newcastle one just improved on that. He got his goal, his ball striking is top, and then the rest of his game as well. Obviously, he's able to drop deep and link up play. He's able to do the intricate stuff in and around Newcastle's box. He made a nuisance of himself all game long, and then he also contributed getting back and helping out defensively as well. He couldn't have done much more in this one. We need to see more of him. And then thirdly, another player which I think we should have seen more of, and that's Amrabat. Said it after that Arsenal game. How we haven't seen more of him, especially recently, I don't get it. We've had Eriksen playing for a few weeks before Amrabat came in. He was stinking up the gaff. And then Amrabat comes in, and no matter what you think of Amrabat, yes, he's not the best midfielder out there, but he does give you that bit of ball retention in there. He's able to drop in between the centre-backs. And the one thing, obviously the major thing that he has over Eriksen is the fact that he can make a more of a physical nuisance of himself. In defence, he's a lot more agile. He can get around the pitch a lot more, and he's just a lot more robust. So he gives you that automatically. There's no way that Eriksen should be starting in 2024 over Amrabat in that sort of deep lying midfield position. It's a no-brainer. And now he's allowing Maino to play a little bit further forward. Maino got his goal. I think that combination of having Amrabat and Maino in there has worked very, very well. I'm happy with that staying as it is, even if Casemiro doesn't have to play centre-back anymore. I would still stick with Amrabat and Maino for the last couple of games of the season now. And then penultimately, something that I didn't like so much in this game, and it's cropped up time and time again throughout the course of this season, and I've pictured Onana, because a lot of our problems come when all of a sudden United start kicking the ball long. The first half, United did very well. They retained the ball. Yes, at times you can go long to McTominay. That was sort of his role in this game. But the start of the second half, you saw Fernandes, obviously, in his own half, he did lose the ball. It was a bad bit of play by him. But then all of a sudden, then Onana starts kicking it long consistently. And then Newcastle keep winning the second balls and they keep bearing down on United's box. It's how Newcastle got the goal and it's how they got a number of chances in that second half. But we did really well at keeping hold of the ball in that first half. Then all of a sudden, like one little mistake seemingly by Fernandes, and we changed the game plan and start kicking it long. Like all you had was McTominay up there and he wasn't winning an awful lot. So constantly kicking the ball to him, what are we doing? And Onana specifically, his passing in the last few games, I don't really know what's going on. Because obviously he's renowned for it. It's the main reason we brought him in. But he started just doing these little dink balls to the halfway line. And as soon as it doesn't go to a United player, you're left in a lot of trouble then. Because then they're obviously nicking the ball off us and they're really quick to bear down on our box. It happened quite a few times in that Newcastle game, and if you're going to do that like up against teams like Man City, then you really are going to get punished. And then lastly, was so nice for Hojlund to get that goal at the end. I think it did save us a bit, obviously, with Ten Hag making those changes. If we didn't get that sort of 2-goal cushion, it could have been a lot different outcome. But Hojlund coming on, obviously there was a lot of talk about him not starting this game, but it made sense. He's played so many minutes throughout the course of this season, and he has looked sort of tired over the last couple of games. Obviously, having 3 games this week, it made sense just to give Hojlund a little bit of a rest. I would have liked to have seen him come on a little bit sooner. That was my main criticism of what Ten Hag did. But I think starting Hojlund from the bench wasn't a bad decision. And you saw when he came on exactly what he's about, what he can do. On his right foot, that was a very, very difficult finish. And he made it look easy. For the people doubting Hojlund, I'm going to be doing a video over the next couple of weeks. I'm obviously discussing Hojlund's future in this team, and I've got zero doubts. I think he's a top player. He's in a dysfunctional team this season, a team that isn't really playing to his strengths, and he's still doing well, still scored more than 10 goals this year. He hasn't played much senior football. There's still more to come from him. As I've said, I've got zero doubts. So there we are, guys. We knew this game was obviously a bit of a dead rubber. We don't really expect to overlap any of these teams. Maybe United can leapfrog one of them in the last game of the season. Playing Brighton away from home, our away record hasn't been very good. Our home record hasn't been very good either this season, but we've started to pick up a little bit of momentum. The performance was better against Arsenal, didn't get the result. But the performance and result was there up against Newcastle, but it was still edgy at times, there's no doubt. Can we finish the season off in style and go into that FA Cup game with a maximum amount of momentum now? Let's hope we can. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, for all the analysis after that Brighton game. I'll see you then.